Tour de France Stage 19, Cull alters final mountain challenge. Imagine the world's most prestigious cycling event, the Tour de France, being disrupted by a most unexpected culprit, a herd of cows. But here's where it gets interesting. The final mountain stage of the Tour de France has been drastically altered due to a cattle cull, leaving fans and riders alike wondering what this means for the competition. The 19th stage, which was originally supposed to span 129.9 kilometers, has been shortened to a mere 95 kilometers, making it the shortest road stage in several years. And this is the part most people miss. The reason behind this sudden change is an outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis, a disease that affects cattle, which was discovered in a herd on the slopes of the Col de Saisies. As a result, the cattle had to be culled, and the stage has been modified to avoid the ascent to the Col de Saisies, much to the distress of local farmers. But what does this mean for the riders, particularly those vying for the top spot in the general classification? The stage is now expected to move at a much faster pace, which could potentially lessen the chances of Jonas Vingegaard, currently in second place, to overtake the lead of Tadej Pogacar. The reduction in distance and elevation will undoubtedly have a significant impact on the riders' strategies, and it will be fascinating to see how they adapt to this new development. The decision to modify the route was made in agreement with the relevant authorities, with the organizers citing the need to preserve the smooth running of the race and alleviate the distress experienced by the affected farmers. But here's the question. Was this the right decision, or should the race have gone on as planned, despite the challenges posed by the cattle call? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the organizers made the correct call? Or do you think the show should have gone on no matter what? Let us know in the comments. The Tour de France is known for its unpredictable nature, and this unexpected twist has certainly added a new layer of excitement to the competition. As the riders take on the revised stage, one thing is certain: it's going to be a wild ride. And as we watch the drama unfold, we can't help but wonder, what other surprises does this year's Tour de France have in store for us? Tour de France 2025, Stage 19, rerouted to avoid diseased cows. Imagine this. The Tour de France, one of the most prestigious cycling events in the world, rerouted to avoid a herd of diseased cows. Yes, you read that right. The 2025 Tour de France has had to make a significant change to its route, and it's all due to an unexpected health issue. But here's where it gets controversial. Should the health of animals and the well-being of farmers take precedence over the traditional route of a major sporting event? Let's dive in and explore the details. The organizers of the Tour de France have decided to shorten Stage 19, reducing it from 130 kilometers to 95 kilometers. This drastic change means that 2 of the 5 planned categorized climbs have been dropped from the route. Riders will now start an hour later at 13:30 BST in Albertville and will bypass the first 2 climbs, Côte-d'Arry-sur-Eugène and Col de Saisies, before rejoining the original route near Bihor. The reason behind this expected change? An outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis affecting cattle in a herd located specifically in the Col de Saisies. This disease has necessitated the culling of the animals, a decision that has caused significant distress for the affected farmers. In a statement released on Thursday evening, Tour de France organizers ASO explained, the discovery of an outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis affecting cattle in a herd located specifically in the Col de Saisies has necessitated the culling of the animals. In light of the distress experienced by the affected farmers and in order to preserve the smooth running of the race, it has been decided to modify the route and avoid the ascent to the Col de Saisies. This decision highlights the delicate balance between maintaining the integrity of a sporting event and addressing real-world issues that can impact the local community. And this is the part most people miss. The Tour de France is not just a race. It's a journey through diverse landscapes and communities, each with its own unique challenges and stories. With 3 stages remaining, the Tour de France will conclude in Paris on Sunday. Tadej Pogacar has extended his lead over rival Jonas Vingegaard to 4 minutes and 26 seconds, adding an extra layer of excitement to the final stages of the race. This unexpected reroute has certainly added a new dimension to the competition, but it also raises important questions about the priorities of major sporting events. Should the health and well-being of local communities and animals always take precedence over the traditional route of a race? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss. Tour de France 2025 Stage 19 route change due to animal health concerns. A sudden animal health crisis has thrown a dramatic twist into one of cycling's most anticipated stages, Stage 19 of the 2025 Tour de France, running from Albertville to La Plagne. If you thought mountain weather or mechanical failures were the wild cards, think again. It's a cattle disease threatening both local livelihoods and the world's biggest bike race. But here's where things get complicated. An outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis, a highly infectious disease impacting cattle, was detected right in the Col de Saisies region, an area that was supposed to be a highlight of the day's route. With animal welfare and the urgent need to contain the disease at stake, authorities decided there was no choice but to cull the affected herd. The emotional strain on the farmers is enormous, and it's a stark reminder of how interconnected our events and communities really are. So, what happens when one of the race's iconic climbs becomes inaccessible overnight? Organizers working in harmony with veterinary and governmental bodies made the bold decision to alter the route for Stage 19. The new course purposefully avoids the Col de Saisies climb, immediately changing the strategic nature of the day and potentially the entire dynamic of the general classification. The day will still begin ceremoniously at the exit of Albertville, keeping traditions intact for fans and riders alike. Once the peloton completes a ceremonial 7-kilometer neutral parade, the competition officially ramps up as cyclists hit the D925, a completely different start than many had prepared for. The route then threads its way back to the original plan just before reaching Beaufort, precisely at kilometer 52.4 of what was initially scheduled. For data lovers, that's a significant deviation. Because of this necessary detour, the total distance of Stage 19 is dropping from a challenging 129.9 kilometers down to 95 kilometers. Shorter, but likely just as intense due to the unpredictability of the change. Although fans lose a major climb, it's anyone's guess how this will affect the breakaways, the sprinters, and the bigger contenders. Another important detail, the neutral start is now being pushed back by a full hour, with riders rolling out at 2:30 p.m. instead of the previously set time. That means television schedules, team strategies, and even your afternoon plans may all need to change. And this is the part most people miss. Altering the tour's route involves more than just rerouting a few roads. There are ripple effects everywhere, from agricultural policies and local tourism to athlete preparation. While some purists might argue that bypassing Col de Saisies robs the stage of its true challenge, others will say adaptability is the real test of champions. So, what do you think? Is this new, shorter, and less mountainous Stage 19 feigned to the riders and fans, or does it compromise the spirit of the event? Let us know your thoughts below, especially if you have strong feelings one way or the other. Should sporting events always stick to their original plans, or should public health and safety take absolute priority? The debate is on,